You are welcome. In today's video, I'm showing you how you can use Excel to perform students' results. You may happen to be in computer department in any institution. Then, you happen to be the one to handle students' results. Then how can you input it? How can you perform various calculations that student results will need? With this video, you will see ways that you can prepare students' results. Note also that this video will also help you to see how you can handle if statement in Excel. What is if statement? A situation that Excel will determine if a certain condition is true. Excel will help you to see that it is true. But if it is not true, Excel will automatically indicate that it is not true. You will still use the student's results to help you see how you can handle if statement in Excel. And we also see if you are to handle payroll system in Excel. How can you handle payroll system? That means how can you use Excel to pay people money if you are in the financial department that have something to do with paying of salary to people? How can you use Excel and perform payroll and then disburse money to various people? Please stay tuned till the end of this video so that you will see ways you can perform calculations in Excel. Number one thing, you will see how you can prepare students' results in Excel, and besides, you will see how you can handle payroll system in Excel. So please stay tuned till the end of this video, for you will learn a lot from this video. Thank you very much for you being here, and please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, touch subscribe button and also touch the notification bell for more videos are coming your way. Please don't go away, watch till the end, for you will learn a lot from this video. Let's see how we can perform these things using our system now.
This is sample of students' results. I assume this to be JSS2 third term results in a particular school. Then, as you can see, we have given the registration number, we have given the student's name, we have specified the sex of the student, we have entered the individual subjects like maths, English, chemistry, physics, biology, literature, geography, agric, further maths. You can add more subjects in case you have more, or you change to meet your own need. Then, to make this practical, easier for us and not taking so much time, we have entered the individual students, as you can see. And if you check the table well, you will see that we have performed some things like matching of cells. For instance, if you check where you have these subjects, you see that we have matched the area that you have subjects to be able to contain the 9 individual subjects that you have on the screen, which you can perform that. And you can also see that we have made this other side, like the name of students. It is taking a kind of 2 rows, and we have made it to become one. Match the registration number, match the sex, so that as you can see from here, the sex here now is taking one cell, while coming to this other side, you see it's now taking to the subject and the individual subjects here, like maths, English. So they are taking to. We matched all these ones, also the total, the average, and we also match and centralize the. We match the cells and we centralize, whereby giving us exactly what you have. And we have increased the font size of the student's results. Yes, these are things that you can also perform. You have increased those size so that the student results page will be nice looking. But our area of focus is how you can perform these other areas, these things that the student results will need from you, like how you can calculate the total for each student, the average, the grade, and give remark. Yes. So as we want to perform this activity now, look it closely as you will see some features of Excel that you will really appreciate. Let's see how we can calculate for total for the first student, which is Mary. Let's see how we can calculate the total for Mary. In Excel, we have inbuilt formula, which is called the function, and you can access them here. See where you have here auto sum. This auto sum now, if you click the arrow beside it, you'll see that it will display the functions that is the inbuilt formula that you have in Excel. Whereby you have something like sum, average, count numbers, maximum number, minimum number, and other ones that if you click here you can have. But also in Excel, you can also enter your own formula. I will first of all show you how you can enter your own formula to find this total. But whatever methods you want to use, be it that you want to use the inbuilt formula, which is the function, or you want to type your own formula and use, you must start with equal sign once you want to perform calculation. So now you enter equal sign. Then I want to first of all show you how you can enter your own formula. Then Excel will still give you the accurate answer. Once you enter this, take note in Excel that we are not using the values that you have here for calculation. For instance, Mary is having maths 78, English 89, chemistry 50. We are not using the individual value here, 78, 89, and others to calculate. Rather, we want to use what we call in Excel cell address. Then how will you be able to form the cell address so as to use? Note that in Excel, cell address is formed by taking the column letter, which is for instance E. We are now in column E. Then combine it with the row number like this one now. So for instance now, the column that or the address that contains this 76, how will you combine it? See the column that it is in column E, and see the row that it is in row 6. That means you want to use E6 for the cell that has this 76 or 78 here. Having that in mind, let's enter the formula that we want to use now. Starting with equal sign, we now start with E6. You see that Excel automatically highlights the E6, which is the cell now. E, that means the column letter is E and the row number is 6. So you have E6. Excel will take the contents of that E6 and use for the calculation it wants to perform for you. So E6 plus the next one will now be F6 plus the next one will now be G6 plus the next one will now be H6 plus after it you have I6. Also notice that as you keep adding each cell, Excel is automatically highlighting the cell with different color, showing you that Excel understands what you are doing. Then you keep on adding like that till you get to the last one. Now we are getting to J6 plus K6 plus L6, and finally we now get into plus N6. You now see Excel have highlighted all the cells that you want to use for the calculation. Once you are through, you now press enter key on the keyboard. You now see Excel will give you 770. See, please take note of the formula you enter here. If you check it, it is very long. What if you still have other things to add? You keep on adding like that, one after another, one after another, one after another. Yes, we call this type of expression formula, because it is the one that you just form here so as to use for the calculation. But we will still come back to see the inbuilt formula, how it is short, the one that we call function in Excel. Then, see other interesting part of Excel that you will enjoy, as I mentioned before. Let's assume now you happen to realize that this Mary does not score 54 in chemistry. Maybe she scores more than that. You now change the value to maybe 80 or 68. For instance, as you see on the screen, 68. You change this value now, this particular value to 68. If you just click outside or you press enter key on the keyboard, you see that this 717 will change. Just click anywhere, you now see it's no more 717, it's now 721. And if you keep on changing anything in Excel, you will see that it automatically will affect the total here. That is the feature of Excel that is called recalculation feature of Excel. It automatically recalculates and gives you the accurate answer. For instance, let's change this one once again. This is 78. Let's just add like 2 to make it 80. We take 80 in this particular cell now. That's math. She scores 80 in math. Let's press enter key on the keyboard. You'll see that the total here, that you have total 781 here, will change. Let's press enter key. You now see the 2 we have added turns this down to 733. So please take note of that. That is recalculation feature of Excel. Then now see another feature of Excel that you will enjoy as you are preparing this student result or any other thing in Excel. Excel has what we call autofill contents. How can you autofill the contents? Now, for instance, you have calculated this particular person now, the first person. You don't have to calculate for others. What you have to do is for you to just copy these contents, copy the formula you use here. You can just highlight and press Ctrl C on the keyboard, or you just highlight and then right click and select copy. Once you select copy here, you see that Excel will circle that cell to show that it has performed the task you asked it to perform. Then click another cell that you want to press the same formula. Then you can use Ctrl V on the keyboard. You now see Excel has pasted this other cell for you. It's accurate too, don't doubt it. If you add from 80, which is for the second person, Michael, from 80 you get to the further match, which is 83, you'll see that you still have 475. Excel is very accurate. You can just right click and then say paste. Excel will paste it, but it will take your time. This is alternative way that you can bring down the autofill into play. You just click your mouse left button and drag it down. Excel will automatically fills the accurate answer for you, as you can see on the screen now. This one will not waste your time at all. Just finish the first person, then drag it down. Excel will automatically perform it for you. Just click the very first cell that you have performed. Come to the point here, the dot here that you have here. Click it and drag it down and leave it there. Once you finish the first calculation, hold down the left button and then drag down till the end before you release it. Excel will perform the autofill for you. That's how you can use your own expression and then have the answer. Now let's see how you can use the inbuilt formula that you have in Excel to have it. You will still start with equal sign as I mentioned. Then you can come here where you have this auto sum. This way Excel functions are located. You click here. You now have that you have sum, average, and other things. Sum, average, and other ones that you see. You can specify that you want to use sum. Then you click sum. Excel will figure out where you want sum. See now, it automatically highlights this range for you, starting from math and run through other maths as you can see on the screen. See now, it has specified that it will sum E6, which is this math, to N6, which is N6, is the column for other maths. And once you press enter key, it will display the answer for you, as you see. But also take note that you may not even want to go there to take the auto sum and select the function that you want to use, provided you know the function you are to use. Just put equal sign. You can type sum and then open the parentheses, specify where you want to start, like E6, and then use colon and put the last cell in the range that you want to use, N6 in this case, as you can see, and close the parentheses. You also notice that automatically Excel highlights the range, that range for you. And once you now press enter key on the keyboard, you see that you have finished that one. Excel gives you the answer. And note, come to this point now, drag it down. Excel will apply or autofill the other ones for you. Then let's get to average. How can you perform average as you are handling students' results? How can you calculate the average? As I mentioned, you can still do it two ways, provided you know what to do. Start with equal sign. What is average? Average is this total over the total number of subjects the person took in the exam. That means if you take 733, then divide it by how many subjects did the person take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. Then if you take 733 and divide it by 9 and press enter key, you'll see that Excel will give you accurate answer. Yes, Excel will give you accurate answer. But note, this one is the expression that you just enter it by yourself. which I want to show you also how you can still use Excel inbuilt formula to calculate this. You can still come to the auto sum where you have formula or inbuilt formulas in Excel we call function. You click average. Then if you just come and click average from there, please take note of what Excel will do for you. Take note of where Excel wants to start calculating the average for you. See, if you press enter key now, please, you will not have accurate answer. Why? Excel is taking, see the range Excel is using now. It starts from E6, see, equals to average. Get to the formula bar now, this is the formula bar, equals to average. See, Excel is specifying E6, and it will now take to N6 and use to perform the average for you. This is the reason I say you will not get it. So get to your formula bar and then highlight the N or delete the N, and then tell Excel to stop at M, so that Excel will now stop at the last subject that you have here, which is further maths. And once you have entered that, you can now press enter key on the keyboard. Excel will give you the same answer, average. I told you that you can type, provided you know what to do. You can type. You may not even go there to take this average now. You can just enter equal sign. You type it on your keyboard, average. Once you find average, open the bracket, give Excel where to start and where to stop, E6, and tell it to stop at N6. Close the bracket and press enter key on the keyboard. You now see that you still have to take 81.4. Then jot down as I told you some minutes ago, this, and release it to see that Excel will automatically enter the individual subjects in the score and the average. So Excel will automatically fill the average for each of the students for you. That's how you can perform average. Then what will you do when it comes to the individual grade that you want Excel to display? Maybe if the person is having over 80 or 80 and above, it should be maybe A plus. If it is maybe 80 or 70 and above, it should be A, and things like that. How will you perform that one now? We are here now, grade. We want to see we want to use if statement in this case. I promise you that we are going to use this student result and perform if statements also for you. Then see how we want to perform this now. We want to start with equal sign as usual. In this case, we say you can add plus sign before you start if. Then open the parenthesis. If what? You want to use average here to give Excel the logic which used and test, so as to know whether it should give the student A or it should give the student B or C or D. So once you put if and open the parenthesis, you now tell Excel if this is the column we are using O, and now it will be O6. If O6 is equals to or greater is equal to operator and let's start with AG. Now, what should Excel display if, as it will access the particular cell and it will now notice that the content of the cell is 80 and above? What should Excel display in that particular cell? We tell Excel that it should now display A plus. That means the student is having A plus. Then what else would you tell Excel to display? You use another plus sign to start another statement another logic that you will tell Excel to perform if that condition is true. In this case, now say if 06 is equal to greater than, then let's take 70. Then what should Excel display? Tell Excel to display A. Please take note that once you enter the 06 or 06 greater than or equal sign and then put the value that you enter comma before you enter what you tell Excel to display, and after that you also enter comma again to start another logic that you want to tell Excel to use. Please take note of all these things, because if one of either the comma here or even the quotation mark here is missing, you will not have the accurate answer. Start again. If 06 greater than or equals to now 60, put comma. Tell Excel what to display in that particular place. This time let it display B for that student. This time if it is 50, that Excel will find out what should Excel display. Excel will display C. That's good. Then what if it is below that? What should Excel display? All depends on you. You still tell Excel what to do. If you want to still specify more, you can still add more. But in this case, I will end at D. Then I will now say else. That put another comma and then tell Excel what to display, that it should display B. This place here means that if as Excel will examine the contents of the average and then see that it is not 50, that Excel should now display D, which is fair for the person. We will see how this will work as we go on. Close the bracket and then use the enter key on the keyboard. Take note that you have to count the number of open parentheses that you have opened and then close it equally. 1 is the first parenthesis, the first open bracket. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4, so you have to also close it 4 times. 1, you close another 1, close another 1, and 4. And do note that each column must match the open one. Each closing one must match the open one. Then once you are done, you now press enter key on the keyboard. You now see that Excel automatically, based on the fact that this first person is having 81.4, Excel is giving this person A plus as the person's grade. Then drag it down as we mentioned, drag it down. Then leave it. Excel will automatically indicate that, oh, this person is having C, this person is having B, this person is having A plus, and this person is having D. And give me this is 48.9. Excel give it D. And also take note, as I've shown you, that any changes that you make will affect all the calculations that you have performed in Excel. Let's take for instance, we visit this person again. This person is not having physics 80. There are some changes in this person's score. You notice the person is now scoring maybe 59. Once you just click outside that particular cell, you'll see that from total, average, and even this grade will automatically change. Let's click anywhere outside. Now the person is now scoring 79.1, and Excel is giving the person A. So this is the very interesting aspect of Excel that you must enjoy while you are handling calculations. In case you notice any correction, you don't have to start rethinking how you start again and recalculate. Just enter the correct value. Excel will automatically give you the accurate answer. Now let's get to the remark. Let's get to the remark now. We start with the equal sign. In this case, we want to tell Excel what information to display in each of these cells for each of the students. Yes, that's what we want to tell Excel now. We now say equal sign, add the plus sign, and then start with the if statement again. This time, we are not using O column, we are now using B column. So now you now say if B6 equals to A plus, what should Excel display? That means now you are telling Excel, as you access the cell B6, if you notice that it is A plus that is there, what information should Excel now display in remark for that person? You open the quotes and then tell Excel to display most excellent, and then close it, put comma, put plus sign, start another logic that you want to give to Excel. If B6 equals to this time not A plus again, Excel found A. What should Excel now display? You can tell Excel to display excellent, and then close it. You will specify it like that till the end, so that Excel will now access each of the cells and then know what next to do. If it found B, what should Excel display? Let Excel display very good. If B6 now equals 50, Once you are through, you close the parentheses according to the number that you open. And also note, to make it easier for you, you will notice that Excel will open the parentheses with black, and once you get to black, you just stop it and press enter key on the keyboard. You now see that Excel will automatically enter excellent C for the first person. But what if you drag here down? Will Excel be able to give you exactly what you are looking for? Let's see. Now see, this one is C. Excel will give you credit. This one is B. Excel will give you this. This one is A. Excel will give. Excel will automatically give you what you will actually have in each of the cells. Also note now what I said some minutes ago, that if you change anything, for instance this student now, you will notice that there are some mistakes in this person's score. This place is not 23. The person is not having 23 in English, rather it is 63. 63. You now change this 63. Once you press enter key on the keyboard, you will see that the 63 will change everything from the total, average, grade, and even the remark that you have taken. We enjoy the recalculation, auto recalculation feature of Excel. Please take note of that, and you will enjoy Excel very well. So that is how you can prepare student results and enter the necessary calculations to student results we need from you.
Now, let's get to something else. I've mentioned to you that we will also see how you can perform payroll system in Excel within this video. Just check the screen now. It has the payroll system in Excel and the bright computer payroll system. Please, I'm just using this as a point for our practical. Yes. Do not see staff ID, staff name, date of birth, gender, department the person is working, date of birth, appointment, the person joined in the company, and every detail as you can see. But our focus here is the basic salary, which is column I. Yes. This basic salary is our starting point, and that's where we are starting. In some workplace, there happen to be various allowances for the workers. In this practical, let's assume apart from the basic salary, which is the column I that we have here on the screen, from J we have housing allowance, transport allowance, we have overtime allowance, medical allowance, meal allowance, and other things as you can see on the screen. But here we want to see that in each of the allowance there's certain percentage that a person is using for that very allowance. Let's assume for transport allowance, the person is having 10% of the basic salary as transport allowance. But in overtime, in case a person works overtime, that means 5% of the person's basic salary will be added to the person just because he worked overtime. Medical allowance is also given to the staff, and 3% of the basic salary is given as basic allowance for medical purpose. And meal allowance is still here. How will you calculate all these allowances that you have here? Please take note. This is how you calculate each of the allowance that you have here. Starting with equal sign, what are you doing now? You are now saying that 8% of the basic salary will give you the amount of housing allowance in this case. you enter 8% multiplied by basic salary, which is I7. Excel, I like this cell now. You press enter key from the keyboard. You now see that 8% of 80,000 that the first person is enjoying is 6,400. Don't bother yourself, just drag it down as usual. Excel will provide you the answers. Then coming to transport allowance here, to perform the same task, starting with equal sign, then you now perform it, is 10%. 10% of the basic salary, which is I7, will give you transport allowance. Then you perform the same task by dragging it down, then Excel will provide the answers for you for the rest of it. Then perform the same task to overtime allowance equals to 5% of basic salary. Press enter key and drag it down. Then get to medical allowance equals to 3% of I7 equals to the present key, which will provide you with answer. So that's how you perform it. Let's still add this one so that we get to something else. Meal percent or meal allowance. Meal allowance is 6% of basic salary. Then press enter key. And then drag it down. Then now you come to what you have tax here. Perhaps you notice that in some companies, those workers do pay tax. Likewise, in government establishment, civil servants do pay tax. A certain percentage of the basic salary will be given out as tax. In this case, tax is charged 7%. So how will you perform this? It's like the allowance that you have. So you now say equals to 7% of I7 will now give you the amount the person is paying out for tax. Yes. And you also have cross pay. How would you calculate cross pay in Excel? Please take note that cross pay means the total income for that person within that month. What do I mean here? You notice that the basic salary is the person's money, the person's income for the month. Housing allowance is the money that will be added for the person to add money and pay for where the person is living. And transport allowance is the money that will be added to the person so that the person can sponsor his transport as he's moving from one location to another. Overtime allowance is the money added to the person because he worked overtime. And medical allowance is in case there is emergency, the person can take money from here and buy medication for himself. Likewise, meal allowance, they expect the workers eating their lunch during
working hours or during their break time. So it's still the money added to the person. So how will you get gross pay now? Gross pay now will be equals to you sum the total money that serves as income for the person, which means that starting from I7 and it will run to your this color and then end at the meal allowance, which is N7. And see, automatically Excel highlights the range that it wants to use and give you the gross pay. Then close the bracket and press enter key on the keyboard. You now see that the total money that comes to the person's purse is 105,600 naira. Let's assume you are in Nigeria. Then now to drag that down, you see that is the various gross pay. That's the total money that comes into the person's purse at the end of the month. Then you also have net pay. How will you calculate net pay? Please take note that net pay here is the gross pay minus the tax the person pays. In this case, since gross pay is P, the column P, we are now saying equals to gross pay, which is P7 minus 0.07. You now see net pay now will be gross pay, which is the total money that comes into the person's wallet minus the one the person sent out for tax for that very month. Then you press enter key on the keyboard. You now see that the person is going on with 100,000. You may wonder, is the person not using the meal allowance, the vehicle allowance? It's not a must. There is a money that just comes to his purse. It's not a must that the person must eat lunch in his workplace. The person may come with food. The person may use his bike to go to work. That means he's not paying his way. But those allowances are still there for the person. So you don't care. Those ones are money added to him. So the money the person is giving out here is the tax that the person is paying. So that's how you can calculate or perform payroll system in Excel. Please take note, the data you have in your payroll system may differ from this, but if you just use the simple concepts of handling the payroll, you will see that you will certainly succeed. And take note, you don't even have to wonder, will I know the percentage for each of the allowance? The company you are working for will actually give you the percentage they are using to work out allowances for each of the person. All you have to know is the formula you should use to calculate. How can you calculate tax? How can you calculate the gross pay? How can you calculate the net pay? So these are various ways that you can perform this type of calculation in Excel. In this video, I've handled how you can prepare student results and how you can even handle payroll system in Excel. Hope to have more calculations in Excel performed and give it out to you. So please subscribe to this channel and touch the notification bell, or you will have more videos as they come your way. Thank you very much. Bye bye for now.